Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Like a plastic bag, like a plastic bag. Woo! Woo! I'm holding onto the ceiling fan. Guys, welcome on in. Thank you for showing up. Ah! My spine. I wish this was a chaise lounge and I could just be like, paint me like one of your French kitties. Listen, chat, be gay and do crime. Only the good die young. So don't be good. Go take what you want. Seize it! Seize the day! As every suburban, you know, it's so ironic. There's like the whole live, laugh, love aesthetic, you know, decor, and there's always like the carpe this fucking diem, and the idea of like carpeing this fucking diem is like, I'm gonna keep my robe on for when I go get the mail instead of getting ready for the day. Okay, prediction time, chat, and if this is true, then you all owe me a blowy. We'll do a line. I bet you the live, laugh, love aesthetic comes full circle. Like Crocs did. I bet you that aesthetic 10 years from now is going to come back around. And it's going to be ironic chic. Kind of like Crocs ended up being. Crocs were greater the first time around. But, like, we as a society love to reject functionality so fast. Like, out of fear of, like, quirkiness. You know? Internet culture was different back when Crocs came out originally. And now we're in a much more conducive environment. I wonder what the next, like, major clothing trend will be. Like, in the last 5 years, we've seen fanny packs explode. Who would have fucking thought fanny packs would have come back? Turtlenecks? Turtlenecks already came back. Turtlenecks already came back, so did corduroy. Right now, we're in the age of, like, baggy jeans again. Like, skin tight and fitted stuff doesn't really, and skinny fit isn't really as much in now. It's all about, like, the, like, oversized crew neck and the boot cut, super, like, not baggy, but, like, very, like, loose jeans. You'd think as a society we would evolve towards, like, comfort. You know what I mean? Like, if you lived in a climate where it's like 1,000 degrees, you know, like, let's say you lived closer to the equator, and it's 110 degrees, or like you're out west, you'd think we would have evolved to be like, okay, we get it. No, like, everybody's got genitals, whatever. How about, like, we just dress for our climate and comfort? I'm gonna sit at my desk job for 8 straight hours every single day, every single week, for every single month, every single year, until I decide that my time now, like, I don't need to continue selling my time. I feel like I'd be more productive if I were in pajama pants, because that level of, like, I feel like we would evolve towards that, but we haven't. I think we do not come enough as a collective. I think that if more people orgasmed, like, universally, not just, like, concentratedly, but universally, like, across the planet, there'd be less war. I guarantee there's a correlation between quantity of orgasm and bloodshed on the battlefield. They meant collectively as in, like, we all go into a room and jack off.
There.
Dude, we had vomitoriums in ancient Greece. Why wasn't there comatoriums? For the artists here, do you feel like there's ever a price limit? Like a ceiling, a price ceiling? Where you think some piece would be like, okay, like, let's say an artist's pieces were selling for $10,000, right? 10,000 US dollars. Would you ever say that, okay, like, I understand, you know, like, do you ever feel like there might be a ceiling, or is that something that's just not possible? Like, the price could go as high as it's, you know, it is. It could never be high enough. Because, like, I hear a lot of people complain about, like, the higher prices of, like, let's take a look at, like, Kita Kedu and, like, Silvixen. The prices match demand. So the prices are set based on what people are willing to pay. So to say the art's not worth that money, that is categorically incorrect. It literally is worth that much because people are willing to pay that much. And that's not even taking into consideration, like, the time, labor, materials, passion, like, you know, like, all, like, this just general, you know, overhead of being an artist. So, okay, let me paint a picture for you guys. So I'm actually, like, weird. One of my weird quirks, is that I love vintage watches. I love them. I know almost everything there is to know about vintage watches and the watch market. When I was in New York City, I was very tapped into that world. And I'm also, you know, I'm a big car enthusiast. And there's something consistent with like hobby and passion based collecting, whether it be like watches or cars or things like that. So the prices are driven directly by demand. The rarer something is, the harder it is to get a hold of, the higher the price goes. So its worth its financial value is predominantly set by like that demand, right? The rarity, things like that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You want something special and unique, then you pay for it. That's how the world works, right? However, what's happened is because of this trend, like the companies come along, right? Auction houses like Christie's, like car publications, and they will like arbitrarily they'll arbitrarily appraise something, full well knowing that because it's so rare, you can't compare it to something else. The value can be said to whatever it is. Like, okay, well, only one of these watches exists in the world. So Paul Newman's Rolex Daytona sold for $17 million, but it was like appraised at several $1 million, despite the fact that nothing like that has sold previously, right? Yes, so that's kind of what Cars and Bids does, right? A company comes along, and Zillow does this too. They come along and they appraise, they basically define the demand themselves by appraising and setting the price for cars, and then when those sell, it bolsters that bubble, that price. It creates a bubble. So like the prices are artificially inflated based off of like a demand that was arbitrarily set. Does that make sense? So do you feel like these more expensive art pieces perhaps are contributing to a price bubble that could potentially be unsustainable like in the long run? Or do you find that there is no ceiling and that it's like they'll exponentially increase and the market itself will follow along? Like from one fellow artist to you guys, like what do you think? Listen, it's really hard to putt when I have like a raging erection. If you could just stop speaking so sensually.
I'm just saying, like, the cool thing that doubles about male genitalia is that it's a kickstand whenever you're sleeping. Like if you don't want to fall onto your belly, it's right there to help.
No,
you.
but
It's like right there.
Not when I carved out a hole in my mattress for the keel.
I was gonna say,
for my human keel.
Scientifically proven that males can't sleep on their stomach. That's
all the time have a raging boner, so then you have.
Yeah, I'm locked in like a Lego piece.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click. It's like putting your phone in its back when you have your pop socket out.
So now I can just be like, oops, I dropped something. Hold on a moment while I pick it up.
Oh.
I dropped my clothes.
Oh my God! I love your thick, obese tail.
Oh no! I can't
Just like.
Oops. I can't reach it. Someone help. Kiwi, can you help me? Kiwi. Help me pick. Help me.
Here, I'm coming.
Thank you.
I hate you guys so much.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Oh my God.